We are live. Your boys, West Coast Popcast at AEW. Full gear. You see that production truck in the back? Zach rocking with the West Coast Pop predictions belt on the line tonight. You can hear we got a plane in the background. We are here. There it is. All right, man. So we got the card going down for you guys. Full gears in full effect. Starting with the pre-show right now. All we got. Claudio Castagnoli versus Buddy Matthews just happened last night on Rampage. We're setting this match up. Zach, who you got?
I got Claudio because the true winner will come in a women's match later tonight for the House of Black.
House of Black is going to get their victory. House of Black versus BCC. I'm going with Buddy Matthews, the fiance to Bobby herself. Buddy Matthews get the victory, take out Claudio Castagnoli. He hasn't had a big victory, I think, in his entire AEW run so far. So it'll be good to get one over Claudio, former Ring of Honor World Champion, 2-time. Next up on the list, we have Eddie Kingston, your new Ring of Honor World Champion, taking on Jay Lethal, who had a backstage bump-in with Ric Flair. So it looks like they might run that back.
So that's why I think Jay Lethal's going to lose. He's got that going for him, and they're not going to dog out Eddie Kingston as a new champ, especially with Ronda Rousey promoting ROH.
Ronda Rousey's in the building. Also, while we're doing these predictions, let us know who you think will be the secret big signee coming on later in the show when the pay-per-view kicks off. Right here, AEW Full Gear. Next up on the list for the pre-show, we have the champ himself doing double duty for the third pay-per-view in a row. MJF and Samoa Joe taking on the Guns, the top shelf Bang Bang Gang. Who you got for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles?
I got the Guns taking this. Samoa Joe will cost him, setting up a title match for MJF later on, and doubt if he's going to come through against Jay White later on. But also, this sets up for the next pay-per-view in December, which is going to be a culmination of all of MJF's foes against MJF for the title.
That'll be crazy. That's MJF World's End in Long Island, his hometown, before his contract's up. So that'd be cool to see. A lot of stuff going on right there. To the main card we go. Oh, my predictions, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Guns got to take the victory because the belt's been on the MJF for too long. It can't just be on one guy. You're holding the division back. I know Adam Cole got hurt, and that's unfortunate. Hopefully he gets well soon, but get the belts off him. It doesn't really add to MJF anyways. So top shelf Guns, Bullet Club Gold, baby. Next up on the list for the main card, we have the four-way, which just became a ladder match for the tag team titles. This whole tag team division is like wild right now. It's kind of a little bit of a mess. But we got Big Bill, Ricky Starks, the champions, versus FTR, LFI, and House of Black. Does House of Black get the victory here?
You know what? I'll say yes, and maybe Buddy Matthews does too, and House of Black just clears house tonight. I don't think Big Bill and Ricky Starks are pulling it right now as title champions. Obviously, this is because Ricky Starks needed something to do to keep his momentum so Tony Khan can keep away from Cody Rhodes and WWE. Knock, what do you think?
Whoo, that's some shots right there. It'd be crazy. Ricky Starks gets his first gold in AEW. Big Bill gets his first gold ever, and they can't defend it on a pay-per-view? That'd be a shame, man. It's a ladder match. Anything goes. Anything can happen. House of Black needs more. All these teams need more. LFI just came back. Hopefully they have a strong showing. I'm going to go with my boy Ricky Starks and Big Bill to retain.
All right. Next up, we got the Women's TBS Title Championship match. We have Chris Statlander versus Julie Hart versus Sky Blue. Julie Hart is definitely taking this. If you pay attention to how Tony Khan books and builds momentum, Julie Hart is going to take this, and you're going to see a storyline with Sky Blue following.
That'd be crazy, man. I think Sky Blue turns heel completely here. She's getting new theme music. That's the rumor going on, so we'll see how that goes. The production looks amazing. I'm going with, it's a tough one. Chris Allen's had the belt since May. They also emphasized in this past week's Dynamite that she hasn't lost since 2022 of May. So, I mean, as a big run, it's a lot of undefeated streak building up. I think it's time for her to drop the belt, maybe go for the main women's title, and have the young bulls come up and Julia Hart get the victory, who's been impressive as of late. Next up on the list, this is the big one. Me and Zach were just at PW Revolver. We seen Hangman get attack Swerve. And the Texas Death Match, which I think will be one of the co-main events for this show. Swerve quickly climbing up the card. Who you got?
Swerve. This is Swerve's house. This is LA. Everything is Swerve's house. Hangman Adam Page, you're interrupting him doing a nice promo at Wrestling Revolver. You're not a cowboy. You left your wife home alone. You left your kids home alone. Hide your wife, Hangman. It's Swerve's house. Who you got now?
Swerve's house. I got to go with my boy Swerve, man. It's Swerve all day. Hangman, you're dope. I love it. He's really turning heel. That heel turn's incoming. But to push him over the edge, you got to have another loss. Shout out to Nate in the chat, man. I see you, bro. What's up? What's up? Look at this. Oh, hey. Don't shed some shots from the big Zach right here, man. The main man has the Guns. Don't piss off him. But for my prediction, I'm going with Swerve, man. PW Revolver was amazing. Swerve killed it. He's going to get this victory. I don't like the bookings when they have a big win for an up-and-comer, and then you just take it away with the other guy winning in the next pay-per-view. So don't do the 50-50 booking. Have Swerve get this dominant victory. Texas Death Match, which is Hangman's match. I think he's undefeated in. So it'll be big for Swerve going forward into the main event scene. Hopefully get a title.
All right, let's get into a tag match here. The Golden Showers versus the Young Bucks for an AEW tag title shot. Sorry, Knock. And the Golden Showers I'm stuck on that. Must disband if they lose. I do believe the Golden Jets, thank you, Jericho, they're going to win to keep something going against the Bucks, because right now I do believe there's nothing for Kenny Omega, the true superstar, the true big name other than MJF in AEW. So until that happens, the Golden Jets. There we go.
As the jet flies by.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm torn on this one because Kenny Omega is my favorite wrestler right now. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time. As the jet goes by, it's flying by somewhere. While it's making so much noise, let's reminder, the West Coast Pop title's on the line. Put your predictions in. Pay-per-view starting any minute now. The pre-show starting in 4 minutes. And there goes the truck right there. But I'm torn because I want Kenny to get more singles matches. I don't want to see him in these tag matches, these trios matches. Get him some singles runs. I want New Japan Kenny Omega, the cleaner. With that being said, I don't think the Bucks have beat Kenny Omega on pay-per-view at all. They lost to Hangman last time. I'm going with the Bucks to take this victory so Kenny can get back into singles matches. Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Zach's favorite Nick Wade on pay-per-view against Sting, Darby Allin, and not Edge, Adam Copeland. Who you got?
I got the faces. Sting is not going to lose on his big tour going out, which I'm fine with. Love Sting. Let's give him a proper send-off. The faces are going to win, building up to something better for Edge and Christian Cage.
Yes, Edge and Christian Cage. Part of me thinks Edge might turn here. Adam Copeland, sorry. I think Adam Copeland might turn here eventually. We're going to get him and Christian as a tag team. I hope one of these days, on their E&C podcast a few years ago, they said if they're a tag team again, they would call themselves the Rocket Strappers, because everyone in the face would be going to the moon. I just find it so hilarious. I want us to get there eventually, have a slow burn story tell. Like Zach said, there's no way Sting loses on his farewell tour. So I'm going with the faces here, but hopefully it's a good match. Next up on the list, we have the rematch. This whole title picture got kind of muddy since Orange Cassidy lost. Moxley beat him last time, and then he got injured, and Rey Fenix beat him in New York. Now we're having a rematch between Orange Cassidy, a different Orange Cassidy, facing Moxley, who no-sold the Orange Punch. Does Moxley get the job here, or does Orange Cassidy win?
Orange Cassidy wins. I do believe the Blackpool Combat Club needs to disband. It's got nothing going for it, and Slappy Yuta needs to kind of go away from them. He's holding them back. And Bryan Danielson, I can't even tell if he's really part of the club anymore. I need this to kind of disband, put Orange Cassidy back up on the main spot, and give someone else the big rub getting that title from him. Knock, what you got?
I want to pick Orange Cassidy. I believe it. I feel it. But I see a change in his character. And Moxley is supposed to have the belt right now. I think TK kind of sticks to his booking, and he always wants to get back onto that track of his original booking. He doesn't really change too much. Moxley's going to get the win here, I believe. And I think maybe, I'm going to throw it out there. You'll hear it here first. Nigel McGuinness is going to be the new head of the... You need to have someone from England in the Blackpool Combat Club.
Is he from Blackpool?
He's from England.
Okay.
But John Moxley for the victory here, I think. And this will turn Orange Cassidy even darker. We're going to get that dark orange. That, what is it? The citrus blood orange. We're getting that guy. Last thing I will say real quick. This is for the fans. Please, please, please. Put some deodorant before you show up here, man. Y'all almost killed me at PW Revolver last few nights ago. Please put some deodorant before you get here. Shower, please. Next one on the list, we have a second women's match. I know. TK gave us 2 women's matches on this card. Hikaru Shida taking on Timeless Toni Storm. Who you got, Zach?
Unfortunately, but fortunately, Timeless Toni Storm, she's hot right now, and TK knows when to pull the trigger. I hope this does a nice program for her and Mariah May leading up to that. It is based on a movie. During our next podcast, I will research what movie that is, but their feud is going to be based off of an old movie from the 40s, and Hikaru Shida, will go on to something, hopefully another feud that doesn't need a title.
I think so too, man. And I hope eventually they bring out women's tag team belts, because we have a lot of... You have Sky Blue and Julia Hart.
They're not ready for them. They're not ready for them.
You have 5 hours of TV.
I do not want to see tag belts in AEW.
5 hours of TV, man.
They can't even handle 2 women's belts.
Oh,
we're good.
All right, well, fine. Just, I don't know. My pick, I'm going to pick Hikaru Shida to retain. I love Timeless Toni Storm, and I think having her LA homecoming, Hollywood expedition of gold, if you will, if she comes up short, that's going to set her even crazier. And that's what we want from this gimmick, to have her go even deeper, even crazier. Hikaru Shida needs to She's been carrying this division for a while now. She's the ace. Have her retain here in a big way. Don't have her be another placeholder title like Zach was telling me earlier. And I think I hear the show starting. We're going to get to there very soon. We're going to get to these cards real quick. Last thing I will say, man, her card sheet of victory. I love her theme song. The X-Men kind of inspired theme is amazing. Next up on the list. Last one. It is the main event of the evening. We have MJF taking on Jay White. Jay White, who's held the world title for months now at this point. Zach, who you got?
I got MJF. I'm really glad we're here. I'm really glad here with Knock. Eric, love you. Hope you're doing well out there. First time at Kia, but this is a holdover pay-per-view because of the one coming in December. This next pay-per-view is either built up because of the war of 2024, the bidding war, or because something with WB, the new December pay-per-view. This is a holdover. MJF is holding on to it, and his enemy is going to come for him as worlds collide in December.
Worlds collide in December. He's got MJF. I'm going to go with the shock value here. Predictions out on the line. I'm going Jay White, the Switchblade. Breathe with Mr. Switch. And I think we'll get the reveal of who is behind the mask as well, and that will lead to MJF losing. Last one real quick before we get in. I know pre-show starting. Who's the big signee, Zach?
It's Will Ospreay. I do believe that's what it is. Let us know in the comments who you think it is, because there's a lot of names out there like Ibushi or Mercedes, or it could even be Ronda. Knock who you got.
I've been hearing Ronda. I've been hearing Goldberg, Mr. Beat. The Beat Man, Big E would love that. But I'm going with Mercedes Moné. She has to be here, man. It's LA. I missed out last time I done it. We thought she'd be here. Hopefully she's here for the Kia Forum Full Gear debuting during the women's world title match. I would love it.
All right. Let us know who you got for all the picks. If you want to win the belt tonight for Full Gear 2023 live from the Kia Forum.
Live from the Kia Predictions belt on the line. We will see you guys in there. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subbing everyone in there. We really appreciate it. We have that in the back. Full Gear going down right now. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. West Coast Popcast is out of here.